Are you ready for the red cards? Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and welcome to my video on all of the red cards from Dominaria. We've already covered black, blue, and white. Time to get ready for red, so let's dive on in. We're starting out with a sip of tea. Alright, Bloodstone Goblin. 1 red, 1 colorless, 2/2. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell is kicked, Bloodstone Goblin gets +1/+1 and gains menace till end of turn. Alright. The stone whispers tales of darkness and fire. She replies, tell me more. Alright. Champion of the Flame. Champion of the Flame gets +2/+2 for each iron equipment attached to it. 1/1 trample. Gets bigger for auras and equipment. That's interesting. Grand Warlord Rada's challengers are always defeated, but she rewards the most passionate with the Flame of Keld. After that, they burn for her. Oh, that's pretty cool. Fervent Strike. 1 red. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike and haste till end of turn. They're really making these little like boost spells a lot more powerful than they used to be back in the days of Magic, like when it started. Seeing spells like this really, like this spell would cost like 1 red, 1 colorless, and only give +1/+0 on first strike and be like a fucking sorcery and not give haste. That's the old school. Fiery Intervention. 5 mana. Choose 1. Fiery Intervention deals 5 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. Burning something is easy. Choosing a target can be more difficult. Yeah, it's a Fiery Intervention. It's like that tree folk's gonna get messed up too. I like how either of these creatures are very, very susceptible to this spell. Fight with Fire. 3 mana, kicker of 6. Fight with Fire deals 5 damage to target creature. If it was kicked, 10 damage among any number of targets. And you choose that. Man, they actually have to put those targets can include players and planeswalkers because people are stupid and they're dumbing the game down. They are literally dumbing the game of Magic down. Fire Elemental's back. Very cool. Alright, the best way to learn from a book on pyromancy is to burn it. Oh my god. Fuck you. Fuck you, Jaya Ballard. Stupid fucking dumb flavor text. That's retarded. And the artwork on this Fire Elemental sucks too. Fire Fist Adept. 5 mana, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, it does X damage to target creature, where X is the number of wizards you control. Alright. The First Eruption. A saga. Deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. Gives you 2 red. Third ability, Sacrifice a Mountain. If you do, it deals 3 damage to each creature. Alright. Not very exciting. The Flame of Keld. Oh, the artwork actually is really cool. I like that. The flame here exploding at the volcano and everything. That's kind of neat. But, goddamn, what the fuck. Alright, Flame of Keld. First, discard your hand. Second, draw 2 cards. Third, if a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent player, this turn it deals that much damage +2. Interesting. That card has potential. And the artwork looks great. Frenzied Rage. 1 red, 1 colorless. Enchanted creature gets +2/+1 and has menace. Gitu Chronicler. Oh, that's some fucking nice looking artwork. 1 red, 1 colorless, 1/3. Kicker of 4. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, yeah! That's what's going on. She's got like a fucking molten hammer that she's using to draw magic back upwards and into her. That's neat. Gitu Journey Mage. 3 mana for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, if you control another wizard, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. It's only got 1 spear. Alright, whatever. Gitu Lava Runner. As long as there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, it gets +1/+0 and has haste. So it's a 2/2 haste as long as you have 2 or more instants or sorceries. Goblin Barrage. 4 mana, kicker, sack an artifact or goblin. Deals 4 damage to target creature. If the spell was kicked, it also deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Huh. Alright, interesting. It's like a play on the Goblin Grenade Shrapnel Blast. Goblin Chain Whirler. 3 mana for a 3/3 first strike. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. Wow, this seems like a really powerful goblin, honestly. That seems really solid. Goblin Warchief is back with some pretty decent artwork. It's kind of genericized the way they do things now, though. I don't know how I feel about it. But it's an awesome card. I mean, it makes your goblins cost 1 less and gives them haste. Haphazard Bombardment. When it enters the battlefield, choose 4 non-enchantment permanents you don't control and put an aim counter on each of them. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more permanents you don't control have an aim counter on them, destroy one of those permanents at random. Oh, that's funky. So that's like, that totally throws back to old school red. There were a lot of red random destroying cards. Jaya Ballard. 5 mana for 5 loyalty. First ability, add 3 red mana. Spend only to cast instant or sorcery. Second ability, +1. Discard up to 3 cards and draw that many cards. Ooh, wow. Can accelerate you by 3 or draw 3 cards out of your deck, both increasing loyalty. That's pretty solid. You get an emblem with, you may cast instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard. If a card cast this way, it will be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Oh, nice! You can still be able to mill and get the cards to your graveyard anyways. The only time it will exile them is when you actually cast them with the emblem ability. I like that. This seems like a really solid Planeswalker. And I'm totally cool with the bringing her back as an old lady kind of concept. It's like, all right, right on. We're seeing Jaya Ballard and she's still like hardcore flaming. Fair enough. She's got a slightly different approach now. Jaya's Immolating Inferno. 2 red and X. Got to have a legendary out to cast it. It deals X damage to up to 3 targets. Oh, wow. Cool. Keldon Overseer. 3 mana, 3/1. Haste. Kicker 4. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. All right. You know what? That totally fits the feeling of Keld and the Keldons. That works. Keldon Raider. 4 mana, 4/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Wow, man. These are solid. This reminds me of like the old like giants they would make. 4 mana for a 4/3 with no abilities. But the option to discard a card if you want to get another card, that's totally good. I mean, we're not talking like amazing, massive tournament level, but I mean, it's not a bad card. Keldon Warcaller. 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever it attacks, put a lore counter on target saga you control. Interesting. The mountain gave flame to Kadric to light the furnaces of his people's hearts. The Wanderer became Keldon's enemy, the first warlord. The problem I have with the Keldon Warcaller is it doesn't make sense to put a lore counter on Sagas just because he declared war. It's like, oh okay, so I'm going to war. How does that hasten the Ice Age? How does that change when there's not going to be an Ice Age anymore? How does that change when the dragons were born? No, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't make sense. All right, 1 red, 1 colorless. Orcish Vandal. 1/1. Sack an artifact. Deals 2 damage to any target. Alright. Whatever. Radiating Lightning. 4 mana. Deals 3 damage to target player and 1 damage to each creature that player controls. Oh, neat. As the Cabal Legion push into Shiv, they learn not to stand so close together. Rampaging Cyclops. Rampaging Cyclops gets -2 as long as there are 2 or more creatures blocking it, and it's 4 for a 4/4. Is this a reprint? It feels like I've seen this card before. Run Amok. 1 red, 1 colorless instant. Target attacking creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Hey, this is exactly like that one green card from Mirrodin. Predator Strike or something, whatever the fuck it was. But it gives +3/+3 and trample. Alright, Seismic Shift. 4 mana. Destroy target land. Up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn. Huh. Alright. I hate land destruction. Shiv and Fire, 1 red. Kicker 4. Deals 2 damage to target creature. If it was kicked, it deals 4 damage to that creature instead. Oh. Alright, so this is a shittier version of that one spell they made back in Odyssey. Siege Gang Commander with the shittiest artwork I've ever seen in my fucking life. God damn it. 5 mana, 2/2. You get 3 1/1 goblins when it comes out. Sacrifice a goblin. Ready? Fire. Oh, great. Wow, yeah, so much better than that last one you had, where he literally had a catapult contraption on his backpack, and the goblins he would fire off had little fucking spikes on their helmet. That was so much better. Skirk Prospector is back. Wow. That thing is nutty. It lets you sack goblins for red mana. Wasn't expecting that. Skizzik? Ha! They reprinted Skizzik as an uncommon. Skizzik is crazy, man. It's a play on the Ball Lightning. You get a 4 mana 5/3. It's got trample and haste. And if you can pay 1 extra mana to keep it around, or you can cast it a turn earlier and not kick it, and it'll die. Squee the Immortal. Well, I don't like your artwork. 3 mana 2/1. You may cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or from exile. Hell yeah! I like that ability, though. 2-headed giant. Oh, you're straight up going to reference the... You mean they had the 2-headed giant of 4 ice. So this is a nod to that, I guess. 4 mana for a 4/4. Whenever it attacks, flip 2 coins. Yeah. Flip 2 coins. Alright, if both coins come up heads, two-headed giant gains double strike till end of turn. And if both coins come up tails, two-headed giant gains menace until end of turn. Well, I gotta say, fucking Rudy over at Alpha Getty Investments, I don't know if you know what you're talking about, boyo. You fucking said that anything with a coin flip is pseudo-reserve, right? Well, what's with the two-headed giant, boyo? What you talking about, Alpha Gettors? Alright, Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. 3 mana for a 3/2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, for each Orin equipment attached to Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, create a 3/1 elemental token with trample and haste. Wow. That seems pretty nutty, man. He looks intense, too. He looks really fucking badass. Alright, Varric's Bladewing. Ah, relative of Rorik's Bladewing. You've got a weird, fat little body. You look bizarre. 4 mana, 4/4. You can pay an extra 3 when you cast him. As a kicker, when he enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create Karok's Bladewing, a legendary 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Interesting. Interesting. The body, though, he looks all fat and weird. Still, not a bad card at all. Warcry Phoenix. 4 mana, 2/2 flying haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay 3. If you do, return Warcry Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Oh, that's an interesting variation. The Phoenix has always come back. I like that. Warlord's Fury, 1 red. Creatures you control gain first strike till end of turn, draw a card. Yeah, things have come a long way. The flames in this look really cool, actually. Honestly. The old ways were for a winter world. We do what's best for us, not for the past. We are Keldans. That fuck sounds like what they say. We do what's best for us, not for the past. We are wizards! Wizards Lightning. Alright. 3 mana, costs 2 less if you have a wizard, and it's just a lightning bolt, 3 damage to any target. The study of magic began when the first mage taught herself to throw lightning. Ooh. 6 mana for Chandra the Bold Pyromancer. 5 loyalty. Her first ability, add 2 red. She deals 2 damage to a creature or to a player. Nope, not to a creature, just to a player. -3, she deals 3 damage to a target creature or player. -7, she deals 10 damage to target player and each creature and planeswalker they control. The +1 ability is pretty nice. The mana acceleration and damage. The rest of it's not as exciting. Chandra's Outburst. 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Search your library and or graveyard for a card named Chandra Bold Pyromancer. Oh, okay. So this Chandra Bold Pyromancer is the precon, like the precon one. It's not an actual. So then I guess these are precons as well. Whenever Karplusan Hound attacks, if you control a Chandra Planeswalker, this creature deals 2 damage to any target. Alright, and then Pyromantic Pilgrim, 3/1 haste. Okay, so those are the these ones right here, these 4 are Planeswalker deck cards. Okay. There might have been some other Planeswalker deck cards that slipped into the other videos that I didn't realize. Okay, well, who cares? I'm doing all the spoilers, so that's good. Alright, my friends, well, we got through the red. We were able to get through this one a little faster than the other colors, thankfully, because some of them I end up getting bogged down with ranting and getting upset about stuff. This one wasn't as bad. So let me know what you think, my friends. I'm getting ready to move on to the next color.
Together, we are the 6th color of magic.